What can zombies teach us about consciousness? Before talking about zombies, let's talk about consciousness. Consciousness is hard to define, but we're all very familiar with it. Think about the way coffee smells. That smell feels a certain way. Think about the way the color red looks. That visual experience feels a certain way. Think about the way a cut hurts. That pain feels a certain way. All of those are conscious experiences. Consciousness is not just about thinking or processing information. It's the felt experience of your mind. It's the what it's like feeling when you experience the world. This what it's like feeling of consciousness is sometimes called phenomenal consciousness, or qualia. So what does consciousness have to do with zombies? Well, when you hear the term zombie, you probably think of an undead, brain-eating monster. But philosophers have something slightly different in mind. Philosophical zombies are identical to ordinary people in most ways. They're made up of all the same kinds of atoms and molecules. They have all the same body parts, including a brain. They can even talk and act just like ordinary people. But unlike ordinary people, philosophical zombies have no conscious experience. There's no what it's like to be a zombie. Let's compare Ted, an ordinary person, to Zed, a philosophical zombie. Ted and Zed are exactly alike in every physical way. The only difference is that Zed is a zombie and Ted is not. When Ted gets punched, he says ouch. When Zed gets punched, he also says ouch. But Ted actually feels the pain. Zed says he's in pain, but he has no conscious feeling of the pain. When Ted looks at a beautiful painting, he says, "Wow, that's beautiful." When Zed looks at a beautiful painting, he also says, "Wow, that's beautiful." But Ted's experience includes the what it's like to see the picture sensation. When Zed looks at the picture, there's no what it's like feeling to go along with it. So zombies might talk and act as if they had conscious experience, and to an outside observer, there's no way to tell a philosophical zombie apart from a normal person. But the normal person has the feeling of consciousness, and the zombie does not. Now that you know what zombies are, we can ask, are zombies possible? Notice, we're not asking whether zombies actually exist. We're asking, if the world was different, is there any possible way they could exist? Are zombies possible? It seems like they are. There's no contradiction involved in thinking about the existence of zombies. I can conceive of a world where people have our same physical bodies and brains and behave just like us, but they have no conscious experience. So it seems that zombies are possible. Now, what does all of this teach us? Well, according to the philosopher David Chalmers, thinking about zombies can tell us something significant about the nature of consciousness. He argues that the possibility of zombies shows us that consciousness is not physical. Here's a shortened version of the argument. Premise 1 says, zombies are possible. This seems true because we can conceive of them without any contradiction. Again, this isn't saying they're real. It's just saying if the world had been different, they could have been real. Premise 2 says, if zombies are possible, then consciousness is not physical. Remember, zombies are physically identical to ordinary people. So if they have all the same physical stuff, but they don't have the same conscious experience, then the conscious experience must not be part of the physical stuff. If these premises are true, then it follows that consciousness is not physical. Now, lots of philosophers have debated this argument, and there's room to push back on either of the premises. But if Chalmers is right, it turns out that zombies teach us a lot about consciousness.